Hi everybody, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I thought that I would take a little time. I had an unexpected opening here in my day, so I thought I'd take a little time to just pull a couple of oracle cards for every sign for this upcoming eclipse portal that we have. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you check out my video from yesterday. That is my weekly reading where I break down all about the energy that we have coming up for the collective, the energy for all of us throughout the week. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, check that out. But we're going to be pulling a couple of cards for every sign. And what I encourage you guys to do with these readings is to look for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. So what I mean by that is, first of all, if you don't know, figure out what your sun, your moon, and your rising sign in astrology is. You can get a free chart, lots of different places. I can put some links down below. But get your chart, figure out what your sun, moon, and rising is, and then you're going to watch the reading for each sign. I'm doing this live on my Facebook. I like to go live on my Facebook first, and then I share that on my YouTube later. If you're somebody who's a subscriber to my YouTube, make sure I'll put a link below as well for my Facebook. Make sure you follow that because that's where I do all my live videos. That's where my peeps are, you know, where I connect with people live, and I just really like it. So make sure that you follow that in case you're wanting to catch my videos live. So we're going to dive in. We're going to start with Aries. And you're going to, like I was saying, you're going to use the reading for your sun, your moon, and your rising. You're going to combine those energies. That's going to give you a sense of what you're going to be focusing on in terms of themes throughout this eclipse portal. So we start the eclipse portal. Okay. We start the eclipse portal on Saturday. I was saying in my video yesterday it was Friday, but it's the 14th, so that's Saturday. We go into that, and then whenever we have one eclipse, we always have a second eclipse, solar eclipse followed by a lunar eclipse. So it creates what we call an eclipse portal. And within this time period, there tends to be a lot of movement, a lot of changes, I would say like eclipses are a reset. It's a time where we have to expect the unexpected. It's a time where we are being picked up and put down on our path of our destiny. So letting ourselves go with the flow with all of this energy, there tends to be a lot of change, a lot of shifting in and around this energy. So really powerful stuff. So let's take a look at Aries. The first card that we have here is the Moonlit card. We're just going to do a couple of oracle cards for each sign. The Moonlit card, it says embrace uncertainty. So if that doesn't say eclipse portal energy, I don't know. Embrace uncertainty, okay? So letting yourself be open to the uncertainty, to try not to get too much in your head about that, to be fearful about that, instead focusing on what it is that you're wanting to create, and also letting yourself go with the flow, trusting in God, the universe's bigger picture for you. So embracing the uncertainty, flowing into it, that's going to work out really, really well for you. And where is that going? That's going in the direction of freedom. We have the freedom card here, and it says, you have the power to free yourself. You're not as stuck as you think. Unlock your freedom. But I really think that this is saying in the combination of these cards that if you can let yourself embrace uncertainty, that this is the key to leading to your freedom. We literally have the key here in this card image. So that is Aries. Hi, April. Oh, I didn't know you were in Aries. Okay, that makes sense. You feel Aries-like. That makes sense totally. Well, welcome. You're just in time. All right, so now we're going to go into Taurus. Taurus. I am a Taurus sun. Where's my bull gang out there? Let's see what we got here for Taurus. So we're going to pull a card from each oracle deck. Say hi if you, oh, okay, I like that. Okay, we got cards jumping out of the deck for Taurus. Okay, so This totally makes sense to me. Okay, the first card that we have is the Moon Circles card, the support card. I think that right now through this eclipse portal, Taurus energy is going to be connecting with their people, connecting with important connections in some way. That can be soulmates, soul family, or just important opportunities, important people that can help to support our vision of what we have. This is giving Three of Cups too, okay? Like, see the three women here with this moon. So I think that this is also about being open to help and support. I'm pretty sure this came through in the last Taurus readings that I was doing. We're not always the best at allowing help and support. In fact, I'm the worst. I really like to do it myself, but I have been opening to that because I've been forced to open to that by some of this energy. So opening to support Taurus, making sure that we're opening to support and letting these connections, these opportunities, these people who are wanting to help us to come in. And the next card here is the Hell Yes card. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. Okay, so whatever that is, paying attention to what lights you up, what excites you right now, what you're feeling called to. And if something is coming in and you're just like, I'm not quite so sure, I don't know, then it's a no. Pay attention to the hell yes. And I really feel like there's going to be circumstances that are happening for Taurus in this period of time around this eclipse portal, maybe a little bit afterwards, maybe already we're in this energy where we are deciding to go after certain things. We're going for it. We are following the path of our excitement and letting that lead the way. And again, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. All right, let's take a look at Gemini. What else? What other signs? I've got some people watching. What sign are you? Say hello. I'd love to hear your sun, moon, and rising. Do you guys know what your sun, moon, and rising is? I am a Taurus sun, Libra moon, Pisces rising. All right, next up is Gemini. Let's take a look at Gemini. Where are my Geminis at? All right, Lisa, you said Gemini, Cancer, and Scorpio. Yep, we're on Gemini right now. Okay. Goosebumps for this one. What do you guys got going on? All right, so there's some kind of alignment that's happening for you guys right now. Some kind of alignment. Like my whole body has goosebumps. How powerful. That's always my sign of alignment. And maybe pay attention to circumstances over the course of the next few weeks or so, the next month, maybe even into the next 6 months, because eclipse energy can play out over the next 6 months. Pay attention to those circumstances that are giving you goosebumps. That's going to be a yes for you, or that's going to show you that something resonates for you. If you're getting goosebumps with my messages right now, pay attention to that. Okay, so the first card that we have here is the Moonbeams card. It's the Focus card. And we see this person wandering through the desert. And that was the first thing that stood out to me, because I'm flashing back to this story that I heard somebody telling, where they were talking about part of the problem for somebody who is lost in the desert is not that they don't have any options available to them in terms of the direction that they need to go, but they have too many options available to them in terms of the direction to go. And so if you're going to navigate your way through the desert, where everything looks the same, you're going to need to use your intuition to guide it, okay? So this is really calling for you to get focused on some things, to let your intuition guide your path, and to put one foot in front of the other. So do not let fear, do not let indecision prevent you from moving forward. Tune into your intuition, get a sense of that, and get going, get moving with something, okay? And then the next card that we have here is the Create card. So maybe the thing that you're getting moving on is something that you're creating. What are you creating, or where do you need to be more creative? April's saying Aries sun, moon, and Taurus rising. Luann, Sagittarius. Awesome. My twin boys are Sagittarius. I love that vibe. Okay, and this card says new ideas and creative projects. It's time to connect to your creative energy, inventiveness. So where do you need to be more inventive? Where do you need to be creative? Or I'm feeling like you guys are being inspired in some way, shape, or form. And this is saying, let your intuition lead your way and focus on what it is that you need to get done. There's very much an energy of getting it done during this time period. All right, let's see. So next up we have Cancer. Do we have any Cancer sun up in here? These are my new moon cards. Moonology, which I think are really fun. I just started to do the Hay House subscription where you get 4 times a year the cards and like a subscription box, and so it comes with like 2 full decks, and then I got like a mini deck with that as well. Really fun. I like it so far. And this was one of those decks that came in with it. They give you like the newer decks that are coming in there, but it's a really beautiful one. Anybody out there like have a tarot and oracle card problem like me? And then this other deck is actually my deck that I created. This was my project when the world shut down, what I worked on, what I created, and it's called the Find Your Magic Oracle deck. I'll put a link down below in case you feel called to order it, but they're really fun. Interesting, these cards are, maybe you're feeling a little indecisive or unclear right now, Cancer, because these cards are pulling slow for me right now. Let's see. What do you got for me? Yeah, so as much as maybe you're feeling indecisive or feeling like things are moving at a pace that's a little bit slower, you're powerful. You're so powerful. I feel like I need to say that. There's such a powerful energy that I'm feeling off these cards. The first card that we have here is the Moon Mastery card, and it's the Law of Attraction card. This is the card that I pulled actually in my weekly reading as well. So you might want to check that out and tune into that. I bet there's some extra messages there for you for sure. But this is really encouraging you to lean into the Law of Attraction, to lean into specifically and intentionally focusing on what it is that you're creating in this world. So you might do some kind of intentional manifestation technique that you like to use, manifestation writing, creating a vision board, visualization, anything that you like to do that allows you to manifest whatever floats your boat there with that, but definitely focusing on that. I think that this is saying that you can master this energy around this period of time, around the eclipses, by focusing on manifestation. I do actually want to comment too, because some people will say, don't focus on manifestation or intentional manifestation around the eclipses. And here's why I think that that's bullshit. I understand that some people believe that, but number one, that doesn't feel right to me. But number two, we're always manifesting things. We're powerful co-creators in this world. And so we can either intentionally manifest, or we can be simply manifesting things with our thoughts and our actions. And so I prefer to focus on being intentional with what it is that I want to create and focusing on what it is that I manifest, because we're constantly manifesting things into our experience anyway. So can't we be intentionally manifesting on the things that we want? Now, things get a little wild and crazy and unexpected. There's a lot of twists and turns during eclipse energy, so that's part of the reason why they say not to do that. But I'm a big believer that we set it and forget it. We put those intentions out there, and then we trust that the best path, whether it's that or God has some other form of a plan for us, is going to develop anyway. But that at least helps to guide the energy and helps to allow you to access and connect with your power as a co-creator here in this world. Yeah, Lisa says she has so many decks. Absolutely, I totally get it. It's a problem. But you know, like, this is what I do, so technically they're a write-off for me, which is exciting. The other card that we have here is the Dope Soul card. So we have this little kitty unicorn, right? And this is just talking about what a dope soul you are, what an amazing person you are, what incredible human. And to me, this is like really talking about how powerful you are. So you may find that over the course of this eclipse time period that you're feeling maybe a little bit more disconnected from that, or that you're needing that reminder, or maybe you are choosing to lean into your power here. And this is really encouraging that. This is saying, go for it, lean into your power, make things happen, trust yourself, lead yourself, do the things that you need to do in order to create the life that you're wanting to be creating. This is a very powerful place to be in terms of creation. So I definitely would focus on what it is that you're creating, what it is that you're wanting to create, and setting intentions around that. Next up, we have Leo. Do we have any Leos in the house here today? You guys are so great, by the way. Thank you so much for tuning in. While I'm shuffling here for Leo, just want to highlight, reminder that I have my membership up for $9.99 a month. This is for all of you who are on a spiritual journey, wanting to develop your spirituality, your spiritual connection, your metaphysical and intuitive connection, your work on personal development. We do all the things up in there, and there's over 2 years worth of classes and meditations and energy sessions and resources and so many tools to help guide that journey. I created it in addition to the work that I'm doing because sometimes it's hard for me to fit everybody into my schedule, and I wanted to have other options for people, and in some cases more affordable options for people as well. So it's $9.99 a month, and I will put the link below so you can sign up for my email listing, where you will get an email that gives you a coupon code to get that for $222 for your first month, so you can check that out, decide if you want to stay in the membership. All right, let's see what we've got with Leo here. All shuffled. Okay. I've never seen this card yet. What do we have for Leo? Okay, so Leo, definitely a call to create some changes. Okay, and usually eclipses are fantastic for that. They help to show us the changes that we need to make, and they also help to make changes for us. So don't fight the changes that are coming in. The first card that we have here is the change your tune. So where do you need to change your tune? This is the Moonlight Serenade card. Where do you need to change your tune? Where do you need to do something differently? I'm feeling like specifically, where do you need to change the way that you're speaking about things, or speaking about people, or speaking about your experience here on earth? Remember that when we put a voice to things, we empower them. So I definitely, during this time period, would be using your voice to talk about the things that you're wanting to create, the things that you are creating, to speak with gratitude, to speak with, from a place of empowerment is what it feels like. That's going to be really important, rather than spending a whole lot of time talking about the things that aren't going well and complaining about things, that kind of stuff. There's a time and a place for that. I do think that there's some therapeutic value to that, but this is really saying change your tune. Where do you need to change your tune, or where do you have to approach things in a different way? And maybe part of that change is clearing something in some way, because we do have this cleanse card. So it says a clearing is needed. Take some time to cleanse the energy in your aura and the spaces that you frequent. So maybe you've been thinking like, geez, I really need to move this room around, or I really need to sage, or I really need to make this change because the energy of this place isn't working for me, or I'm just feeling called to clear something, release something from my life. Listen to your intuition on that. Let that guide you. That's going to show you what needs to be cleared. Or again, these eclipses have this tendency to show us or to clear for us what it is that needs to be cleared. So then your job is just going to be to not fight it, to not try to work against the energy or to hold on to anything too tightly. Let this change you. Let this move you. It's going to bring you into, I'm hearing a beautiful harmony. Isn't that cute? Because this card says change your tune and it's all about music. You might find too, some kind of messages coming through music for you, or something coming through sound for you that resonates. Maybe somebody says something for you that really resonates, and it just is exactly what you need to have the clarity that you need. Again, listen to that and honor it. All right, next up we have Virgo. Have any Virgos? I don't think I have a lot of Virgos that I hear from. I don't see that one come up a lot. Where are my Virgos at? I love Virgo energy. I'm a Taurus, so we just we vibe that earth energy. Now, if you guys have other placements that are strong, so for me, I have a lot. My sun, my moon, and my rising is not in Aries, but pretty much many other things in my chart are in Aries. So if you have something like that where it's you have a lot of it in your chart, you might look at the reading for that as well. If you have access to your chart and you're able to get that information, there might be some extra messages there for you. Did I pull this? I'm curious. You'll have to tell me. I did some fall readings for all signs a few weeks ago, and I feel like I pulled this card for you, Virgo, in that, but because we use the same deck. But I'm not sure. So I'm curious, anybody who's a Virgo, I'd love to hear if you remember, or if you want to go back and check that out, because that's a reading for the entire fall. But that doesn't surprise me that we repeat messages. It happens all the time. It happens in a tarot deck, there are 78 cards in the deck, and it's amazing to me when I pull cards for other people or when I pull cards for myself, how often the same one card will repeat. All right, let's get into it. So Virgo. So the first card that we have here is the Strength card. And this is, I really feel like this is talking about this eclipse energy giving you the strength that you need to do what needs to be done, whatever that means to you, okay? It might be to take a leap of faith. It might be to make a change. It might be to go after a dream. I just feel like this energy is actually going to be quite empowering in a way that you might surprise yourself even. Maybe something that you never thought that you were capable of doing. All of a sudden you have this energy, this strength that helps to allow that to happen for you. So I definitely would lean into this and use this energy to do what you need to do. I'm not saying that you're not going to feel afraid, but I do feel like, Virgo, you guys have been doing a lot of work on yourself, and this is allowing for you to utilize that strength that you have developed within yourself, the strategies, the tools, the resources inside of yourself. You're going to be pulling from those. And maybe even it'll make sense. Like, this is exactly why I went through what I went through, because it brought me here and it allowed me to do whatever this thing is that you're thinking about doing. So this is very much a take a deep breath and go for it energy, in my opinion. I'm not saying it won't be hard, but I'm saying it'll be worth it, whatever that is. And then the next card that we have here is the Manifest card. So lots of powerful manifestation energy. I was talking earlier about how I think personally that it's okay to intentionally manifest around an eclipse season, even though some people say that you shouldn't. I think that we're manifesting all the time anyway, so we might as well be intentional about it. So the Manifest card, it says, manifest that shit. You are a powerful creator. Your thoughts and focus create things. So I think that as long as you can believe in yourself, as long as you can pull from that strength and those internal resources, that you can make some really incredible things happen for yourself. Keep your eye on the prize, keep your focus on the vision that you're trying to work on. Maybe be intentional, set some intentions for how you want for this thing to go. I think that you're really powerful right now, and I think that this energy is going to support you in wherever it is that you're intuitively feeling like you're needing to go. Your intuition is showing you the way. I feel like I need to say that. Trust your intuition and trust that good things happen. I'm hearing good things happen, right? Maybe you haven't felt like good things have happened for a long time, but you are divinely guided and supported. So trust that. Okay, so that is Virgo. All right. Next up is Libra. This is just a reminder for those of you that are just tuning in. Check out your sun, your moon, your rising. I'll have this up on my YouTube after with the chapters so that you can find all of these easily. But right now, next up, we're doing Libra. All right, so let's see Libra. Any Libras here today? Libra sun, Libra moon, Libra rising. I'm a Libra moon. That's a new card for me too. Oh, okay, that one. All right. Wow. Okay, Libra. Okay, so the first card that we have here is the Moon Maybe card. It's the intuition card. So definitely this is, with that Moon Maybe, it's kind of giving me a sense that you're trying to decide something over this eclipse period, okay? So if you don't know what that is already, I think that you will. You're trying to decide something, and this is really saying that you're going to want to lean into what your intuition is telling you. Not necessarily the logical thing, although sometimes the logical thing and the intuitive thing go together, and then sometimes they don't, right? But this is saying let your intuition guide that. Maybe take some time to go within, to tune in, to get quiet, so that you can listen to what it is that your soul wants you to know. So you're trying to make a decision, let that intuition guide your path. You might find that you're feeling more intuitive with this. And I'm also very aware of is it a Pegasus? Oh, like the Pegasus in the background. Pegasus, I don't know. What's the plural of that? I don't know. Does anybody know? So I'm very aware of that, and that to me is very connected with and aligned with magic. So I would just kind of expect that not only are you going to feel more intuitive and let your intuition guide your process, but you're also going to maybe have some experiences that feel really magical, or to feel really magically supported by the divine, by the universe, by God, by your angels. I think it's going to be really great. And the other part of this that feels really magical to me is we have the love card. So you might find yourself deepening your connection within a relationship. This card for me has the energy of the Two of Cups in the tarot. And the Two of Cups to me is about a soulmate connection coming together, or a deepening of a connection, a developing of a relationship. But it also for me is about finding the perfect piece that you've been missing, right? That perfect balance. So this can be within a relationship, right? Finding that person that's a beautiful balance for you. This can be within finding that business partner that is a beautiful balance for you. This can be having that opportunity come in that's just the right fit. So this is my just the right fit card. So something coming in that's just the right fit. I feel like I need to say be open. Be open, because it's a little bit like something comes in, it feels really good, it feels really exciting, and then you start to doubt it because maybe it feels a little too good to be true. This is saying lean into it, let your intuition guide you. Of course, if your intuition says it's a no, then it's a no. But if your intuition is saying yes, be open, let yourself be more open than maybe your human is telling you that you need to. Listen to your soul, listen to your intuition. It's going to show you the way. All right, next up we have Scorpio. Anybody who's a Scorpio here? My mom's a Scorpio. Kind of interesting. My mom's birthday is my half birthday, and my birthday is her half birthday. Kind of fun. I always think that it's neat the way that the numbers will align, or when I hear about people in families having the same birthday or stuff like that. It's pretty cool. All of this stuff is purposeful in some way, shape, or form. I don't really know what that means for us or why that's there, but I've always thought it was kind of neat. It's the Scorpio sun. Yes, okay. All right, let's see. For Lisa and everybody else. Okay. Okay, great. So it's so funny, shuffled the deck, but we have the same card. So we have the Moon Maybe card, which we were just talking about, honoring your intuition, listening to your intuition, letting that guide your path. I do feel like with like the two Pegasuses, still haven't determined what that is. I don't know what the plural of that is, but with that in the background, it's saying magical things are coming into your situation. I also feel like with that, I'm seeing two. And in this case, it feels very much like a choice between two things. So the energy of this feels a little bit different than what I felt with Libra. It feels like you're choosing between two things or deciding. It feels like you're at a crossroads and trying to decide what direction to go in. Joe's asking what a half birthday is. A half birthday is like halfway through the year, right? So, my birthday is May 9th. Her birthday is November 9th. So 6 months. Let's see. And we jokingly celebrate that. I don't celebrate my half birthday, but I just think it's interesting that 6 months out is her birthday. Anyway, so Moon Maybe, intuition, honoring your intuition, letting that intuition guide your path. And if you can do that, if you can take the path that your intuition is guiding you on, that is leading you to success. Now, I'm very aware, I always let the cards tell me a story. I'm very aware of this person that is standing at the top of a mountain, okay? So if we're talking about being at a crossroads, the path that you're choosing to take might look like the more difficult road, right? It might be the path up the mountain where the other path is very flat and well-known and well-lit, and you know exactly where that path is going to take you because maybe it's the path you've already been on. Whereas the other road is more challenging, but with more challenge is going to lead to more success, more more joy. I feel like it's going to feel better. And so this is really saying lean in. If your intuition is saying take this more difficult path, even if your ego is like, oh, that sounds like a lot of work or that sounds really hard, it's going to be worth it. You're heading in the direction of success. This card itself, I feel like you need to read it. It says keep going. Success is on its way. Your efforts are paying off. You are on the right track. So making sure that you're getting yourself on the right track. I feel like these eclipses are going to show you what the right track is. You're just going to need to trust your intuition and honor your intuition. So making sure that you're doing that. And interesting, like this success card also has so much purple, which for me is very connected with success. I'm also very aware of like all of the flowers, right? So you're heading in the direction of where the pretty flowers are. So the view is really beautiful from the top of that mountain. Keep that in mind, okay? So that might make sense now. That might make sense later as we get more into this eclipse energy. Okay, next up we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Anybody is Sagittarius here? This is so fun. I really like doing these lives with you guys. I feel all of the energy from you and it's just awesome. It's very fueling. I really appreciate it too if you guys subscribe to my YouTube and like this video, comment on this video. It just helps to support all of the stuff that I'm doing. Some of you guys are hardcore, regular commenters, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. It means everything to me. All right, let's see. All right, Sagittarius, what do you guys have going on? I'll show you the cards in a minute. Let me get from this deck too. Wow, man. Okay. So I'm laughing because I pulled the intuition card, but we'll get to that. Like there's so much of this energy. So part of that is collective, is to listen to and honor our intuition. But specifically for Sagittarius, the first card that we have here is the Moon Madness card, and it says avoid drama. This feels really important. So avoid drama. And so you might find yourself during this eclipse cycle feeling like you're disconnecting from something that is bringing drama into your life, feeling like you're wanting to make changes to habits that are leading to drama in your life, feeling like you are just needing to elevate, to change, to shift, to grow. And some of these interactions or these conflicts or these circumstances in your life are leading to more drama in your life. So I see you walking away from some of this stuff, and let yourself be willing to let it go, because I do feel like a little bit of a fight with this energy, I'll be honest with you. And maybe some of the drama is like you're feeling dramatic over some changes that are wanting to happen. And I feel like I need to say it's not as serious or significant as you think it is. So you might be up in your feelings, you might be experiencing a lot of emotion or just difficulty with adjusting to certain changes. Don't get caught up in the drama. Let yourself feel your feels. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to have a response to things, of course, but then try to let it go and release it so that you can find peace again, understanding that whatever is wanting to clear out, whatever is shifting, changing, developing over this time period is what's meant for our highest and best good. And the second card that we have here is the intuition. So I feel like in this situation, my sense of this is if you're not listening to your intuition, that's going to get louder for you. That might get louder in the form of discomfort. That might get louder in the form of the universe stepping in and making a change for you. That might get louder in the form of you just like getting to the point where you're like, nope, I am so clear on this. I know exactly what I need to do, but that's going to get louder. Just try not to get caught up in the drama of all of it. Try to disconnect from all of that. I'm a big fan of approaching life like a game, because the fact of the matter is, and this is a hard thing even for me to totally wrap my brain around, but this is all just an illusion, and we're all here bouncing off one another to learn and to grow and to develop. And so if we can take that step back and recognize it like a game and not get caught up in all of the little stuff that's happening, and just kind of recognize like, what am I supposed to be learning here? If this were a game, what am I supposed to be doing here? That really helps us in terms of making decisions in a way from a place that's not as much connected to our human and more connected to our soul and to our intuition. So leaning into the intuition to guide that, and trying to take a step back so that you're not so attached to a particular outcome or it needing to develop, happen, be a specific way. I think if you can do that, there's actually a lot of success there with that for you here in this month. Lisa is asking about what deck it is again. It is the Moonology Messages Oracle. I think that's the deck that you're talking about. And the other deck is my Find Your Magic Oracle deck that I created. Let's see. So now we are on Capricorn. Let's see what Capricorn has going on around this eclipse. What messages do we have here for Capricorn? I saw the Embrace Uncertainty card when I split the deck, so you might have some uncertain circumstances coming up. We a lot of times do during an eclipse. Okay. Have any Capricorns watching right now? Lisa says she has 2 other Moonology decks, but likes the messages on this one. I do too. These are like gorgeous decks. I've always wanted one. I don't actually have any of the other. Whoop, that one's jumping out. Okay. Any of the other Moonology decks. Now, did we pull this card for you in the last reading? I don't know. I don't know if I'm just intuitively resonating with these messages or I'm remembering from my fall readings that I pulled similar cards. This first card that I have, I know I pulled it earlier in this reading. So this is for Capricorn. This says, Moonlit Serenade, change your tune. So in this case, it feels like you're being called to change your ways in some way. And I think that that's going to be crystal clear in terms of what it is that you need to be doing. I'm feeling like make a change, but also create a momentum is what I'm hearing, right? So make a change, create a momentum with something that you're wanting to do. So what I mean by that is like, this is a beautiful time for you to make a change and start to take steps in the direction of where you want your life to go or where you want a certain situation to go. So if you've been thinking about making some changes, get started with that now. That is going to help you to create a momentum. And I think the energy later on is really going to help to foster that and support that and help that to grow into something that becomes a habit or becomes a bigger situation in some way. So definitely doing that. But also I'm feeling called to say, change your perspective, look at things from a different perspective. I'm feeling like specifically in the way that you're speaking to yourself or your expectation of yourself, can you be kinder to yourself? Because the next card that we have here is the kindness card. So where do I need to approach a situation with more kindness? And a lot of times I'll get this card when we're not being very kind to ourselves. So maybe you need to change your tune and the way that you're speaking to yourself, or maybe, you know, I think we have to call ourselves out too. So is there a situation where you're being not your most kind to somebody that you're interacting with, and can I approach this with more love and more kindness, even if I don't like it or I don't like this person? That taking the high road in a situation is, you're never going to regret that. You're never ever going to regret that, and you're never going to regret choosing to speak to yourself in a way that's more kind. So paying attention to, where am I being an asshole to myself, and how do I need to make a change to that? How do I need to speak in such a way that's going to help to lift me up and help me to feel better? I really feel like this is very strongly going to help to support your frequency and to help you to get where it is that you're meant to be. Hi, Anthony. Nice to see you on here. I haven't seen you in a little while. I hope that you're well. All right, so that was Capricorn. Let's take a look at Aquarius. Well, this is perfect. I have a session in 10 minutes, but that gives us just enough time to check out these cards for Aquarius and Pisces. So this is for Aquarius. Anybody in Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising in here? Let's see what we got. Like, you'll see what I mean, but I feel like this is such a perfect card for Aquarius. I always say that Aquarius, you guys came here to change the world. She says she's been everywhere and nowhere at the same time. I get it. I get it. What an energy we've had. We've all been on quite a journey. Just saw that joy card when I split the deck, Aquarius, so that might mean something to you. Maybe you're trying to connect more with joy. Okay, oh, there we go. That wanted to jump out. I don't know if you guys could see that, but that definitely jumped out. Okay, first card. The out of bounds moon, boundaries. Okay, so you may be working on or focusing on boundaries in some ways, setting boundaries, but the reason that I said this to me is Aquarius energy is because you guys are such system busters to me. Like, again, you came here to change the world, and so to me, this is like pushing your limits in some way. You might be pushing your limits in some way. Trying out something that's new, introducing an idea that's new, doing something in a way that's different, and it might just be in your day-to-day life, right? Maybe you're shaking it up. This feels like shaking it up in some way, or seeing how far you can stretch something, take something, do something that's going to be really helpful for you. So if you're thinking about doing something like that, this is your message to do it. I think that whatever you can do that's like calling you to like push it just a little bit further, in a positive way. And right now I'm thinking of that Ed Milet book, Just One More. So definitely recommend reading that for whether you're an Aquarius or not. That's just an incredible book. He's one of my favorite motivational people. I love Ed Milet, but that book is phenomenal. But I'm feeling like it's this energy of just one more. So what I mean by that is whatever you're working on, can you tack on just one more? Can you push yourself just a little bit further, just a little bit more, do it a little bit bigger, just one more phone call for the day, just one more rep at the gym, whatever this is, but I feel like we're stretching ourselves here with this Aquarius energy here around this eclipse energy. So something like that. And then there also might be that focus on also setting boundaries. So you can set boundaries, or it's important to set boundaries when you're working on other things, because we only have so much time and energy, right? So we have to set those boundaries. So you may be finding that you're called to set those. I think that you're going to be supported with that in some way through this eclipse energy. I'm smiling because sometimes the way that we're supported in that is that we're called to set boundaries because it helps us to get better at it, right? It's really annoying. Definitely been a lesson I've been learning. It's definitely challenging, but it's also very important. So where are you being called to set some boundaries, making sure that you are honoring that. And the next card that we have here for Aquarius is the kindness card. Okay, so we just pulled that for, I think it was for Capricorn, right? So remembering that you're a light in this world, being a light for yourself, I feel like specifically is going to be really important. Making changes, pushing the limits, stretching yourself out, but doing that in a way that's kind to yourself and that's kind to other people in some ways. So ask yourself, where do I need to be more kind? Is it with myself? Is it with other people? Is it with both? Where do I need to work on that a little bit? Where do I need to have more compassion, more love? Can I approach this situation with more compassion for myself, with more love for myself? So that's going to be really key as you are navigating this energy. But I'm also feeling really strongly with this energy for Aquarius that like you're tapping into your light on a deeper level, that you're tuning into your light and you're letting your light guide your journey, guide your path, and push you just a little bit further in the direction that you're meant to go. Okay, last up is Pisces. I'm a Pisces rising, big fan of Pisces energy. I don't think I've ever met a Pisces that I did not vibe with, that I didn't like. Maybe. Sometimes, everybody has shadow aspects. Every energy has their shadow aspects for sure. But I usually really vibe with Pisces energy. Any Pisces out there while I'm shuffling? Call it out. Claim it. You guys can claim these messages. All right, let's see what we have for Pisces. Okay. And then from my other deck, shuffle that. When did we have that blood moon? That was just recently. Was it the last full moon? You can look it up when the most recent blood moon was, because I pulled the blood moon card and that feels important. So I feel like we're looking at circumstances that were happening for you around that blood moon. I'll build on this message as we pull the other card, but I think that part of what's happening for you around this eclipse time is that you're working on some of the themes that you're working on around that full moon. That might have been the full moon that we had right at the end of September. If not, it was the one that we had at the end of August. Sorry, I'm just not remembering right now. Okay, so we have the blood moon card. Pisces, you guys, you're making some bold moves, definitely, because we have the blood moon, we have the courage card, and I really feel like this is calling for you to dig deep and to connect with that courage, because I think that you're being called and that you have been being called to do something. And to do something courageous. I don't think it's going to be easy. Again, I said this, if for somebody else, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. Okay? So being courageous, leaning into that courage, letting that support you in making the kinds of changes that you feel like you need to make. And specifically, the kinds of changes that you're feeling like you need to make. We have this leap card, okay? So there's some kind of a leap of faith that you're feeling like you need to take. And a leap of faith can be very small. It can be very big. So it doesn't have to be this huge life-changing situation. Although I feel like if you're gonna change your life, the eclipses are a really powerful time to do that. So definitely a great time to make a pretty significant change in your life. But a leap of faith can be just doing something that pushes you out of your comfort zone, that makes your life a little bit better in some way, shape, or form. So it can be something very simple. It can be, geez, I feel like my morning would go a lot better if I just took the leap and started to set my alarm for a little bit earlier. It can be something really simple like that, or it can be something really big and major in your life, like walking away from a long-term relationship, walking away from a job, starting a new business, starting something new, getting started with something, leaping into a new relationship, leaping into a connection with an open heart. This is a very open-hearted energy, but you're being called to be brave, to dig deep, and to pull from all of those internal resources within, that courage, that strength. I feel like you've been preparing for this, so you're ready. You're ready. All right, so that was Pisces, and I think we covered all of them. So if you guys are catching this later, make sure you tune in to, I'm gonna have this up on YouTube with the chapters. You're gonna wanna check your sun, your moon, and your rising. That's going to give you a fuller picture of what it is that you're going to be focusing on around these eclipse energies. Thank you guys so much for joining me live. I appreciate all of you. Please like this video. Please share this video if you feel called. Comment, subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already. I appreciate you all so much, and I'll see you soon with another video. Take care.